This is World Tonight.
Hello, I'm Paul Sung. Tonight's top stories: Myanmar extends a state of emergency, saying more than a third of the country's townships are not under the full control of the military. Still, the government says elections must be held and the military will be the guardian of Myanmar no matter who's in power. Pro-democracy activists in Myanmar hold a silent strike to mark 2 years since the military coup, while hundreds gather in Bangkok, Manila and Tokyo to voice their opposition to the army's rule. A Singaporean teenager detained under the Internal Security Act. The self-radicalized student had planned on carrying out attacks in the city-state. South Korea's foreign minister set to meet with the UN chief in the US. Seoul seeks international support in dealing with Pyongyang's provocations and look to regain a seat as a non-permanent member of the Security Council. Britain faces its biggest strike in a decade, with schools shut and rail networks disrupted. More than 500,000 people stage a walkout over pay and working conditions.
I'm Ronnie Samtani. Also tonight, student protests in the UK demanding universities compensate them for disruptions caused by the pandemic and strikes. And the tiny, potentially deadly radioactive capsule that went missing in Western Australia has been found after a frantic 6-day search.
Myanmar's military government has extended the country's state of emergency by 6 months. Army Chief Min Aung Hlaing says more than a third of the country's 330 townships are not under the full control of the military, 2 years after a coup that toppled the elected government. Elections cannot be held during the state of emergency, but Myanmar's military leader insists that the polls will go on in every part of the country without giving a timeline. He says the military will be, quote, guardian of the country, no matter who is in power. Our correspondent Leong Wai Kit explains why the National Defense and Security Council extended the state of emergency.